Sarah here. I'm just enjoying my morning Starbucks at our Brant Street location, where they're so fortunate to have a Starbucks right across the street. We're going to be chatting a little bit about today's current market for 2018.
Hi, it's Lynn Hoffman. I'm broker manager for RE/MAX Escarpment. I manage two locations, Itabashi Way in the northern part of Burlington, and also the 502 Brant Street office, which is the luxury office, first of its kind in Canada.
Lynn, you are the expert. You follow all our numbers. You track every one of us in detail. Give me an understanding on how our best way to pitch back to our sellers and buyers. What's different this year versus last year?
Well, actually, we're going to be doing better this year than last year,
Yay.
Surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
The Hamilton Real Estate Board stats show that they are down 13.1%, but RE/MAX Escarpment is actually up 10% in unit sales for year over year, 2017 to 2018, which puts us right now at about a -3 position.
Wow.
Now, we're still going into November and December, and surprisingly enough, those are still good sales months. So I'm very confident that we're actually going to beat the 2017 year for unit sales.
Well, I find even this November, just the last 5 days, I was mentioning to you, we've had this great spike because inventory is going down again, right? So the buyers that are actually out in play right now are going, Sarah, I need a house. What do you have? And we're going, we only have this little tiny pile. So they're jumping on product, and we're finding we're even getting back into some competitive offers. It's kind of an interesting November, to be quite honest. So you're saying basically that, yes, we had a crazy year last year, and we're feeling the change and the shift towards a more balanced position. However, RE/MAX is still pushing forward and going in a growth cycle.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fabulous.
But I will say this about the balanced to sellers to buyers market. It really is dependent on what price point or price range your home is in.
So true.
Okay. So for example, properties that are over 2 million plus, they're typically always in a buyer's market because there's not as many buyers. But our great area for 635 to a million, that number of inventory for those properties is definitely declining. So we are coming into more of a seller's market again on those properties, which is a great thing.
Now we just need to teach the general public that that's actually what's going on. So that they can feel it too. That's so true. Right, excellent. And you've covered some of the major factors that have caused this shift. Is there anything that you really wanted to point out to people that have made that jump, that have made that change?
Well, I think it's always about inventory.
It is.
So as the inventory depletes, we call that the absorption rate.
Yeah.
Supply and demand kicks in, and again, it's in the price point. So if you're looking for a house between 800 to a million and change, which is a very strong price point for our town, you're definitely going to find the inventory is going down. So again, that's going to push up the sales and push up the competitiveness of the sales.
Right.
So I definitely believe it's supply and demand. They're not making any more land. So, and they're not building too many more new detached homes, so you're seeing a little bit more condo growth that's affordable for the young people that are, their families and their parents and grandparents are still living in Burlington.
Right.
So we're seeing a little bit of growth trend in that area as well.
Yeah, the new builds for our condos are outstanding, and they're absorbing our first-time home buyer group, and they're absorbing my downsizing group.
Exactly.
And it's leaving a nice middle level for all those upsizing families, right?
Exactly.
It's really nice to see.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I asked a quick question here about what advice would you give to sellers in the marketplace today?
Well, I think some of them are still firmly rooted in the craziness of the beginning of 2017.
Absolutely, we hit it every day.
So what I suggest that they do is work with a trusted real estate professional and follow that real estate professional's advice and get the house price right the first time. And by that I mean price it and position it in a spot where the market will accept that pricing for that property. Too many people say, let's try it for 2 weeks and see what happens. Well, what happens is they end up not getting as much money as they would have if they priced it in the right pricing point for that property, location and area, and they would get more and it would sell faster. When they price it wrong, it sits. And according to our statistics, it takes 12.3 showings to have it sold. So if you've overpriced your house, you're not getting any showings.
Right.
You don't get any showings, then you don't get to the 12.3 to sell your home.
It's so true, and it's what we preach every day, right? If we're priced right, we can get your house sold. If you're priced wrong, you're going to sit there and people are going to forget about you and the product does become stale.
And you'll actually make less money.
Absolutely, because the time frame's going to keep pulling your price down and people are going to play that waiting game with you.
So my advice is listen to your trusted real estate advisor. Also, any suggestions that they make about staging, because condition is very important.
Absolutely.
So pricing and condition, absolutely critical.
Fabulous. So my takeaway is continue to price your home correctly. Make sure you're talking to an agent who's solid on their pricing and is bringing you great statistical information to help you understand why that price is going to fit your house.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Lynn. I really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thanks for the coffee.
No problem.